Zing takes Gao to a secluded place to ease his worries. There, she tells him that she thinks Chen is a good man. Later, Gao takes Zing back to his place, but he goes to spend the night with Qin at Xiana. That same night, Dong sees Gao's absence as an opportunity to kidnap Chen. Luckily, Zing stops the kidnapping. In the process, Dong gets a head injury and Chen gets hit, so he is taken to the hospital. Worried and confused, Zing tries to inform Gao of the recent happenings, but he does not answer his phone because he is busy getting drunk with Xiana and Qin. As the drinking session goes on, Gao tells Qin and Xiana the tragic tale of his parents' deaths and how it all resulted from Chen's betrayal. At first, Gao is unsure of what to do next, but he eventually decides to continue to play dumb in order to take his revenge. The following day, Zing is finally able to reach Gao, Qin, and Xiana. Soon, the three are in the hospital, and Gao initiates his plan to trick Chen by feigning ignorance. After receiving a message from Zing, he arrives at the hospital to check on her. He accuses Gao of constantly endangering Zing, and things get heated. Zing takes Gao's side. Qin and Xiana take advantage of Chen's hospitalization to find and crack open his box. Gao and Zing remain in the hospital with Chen to avoid raising suspicion. Elsewhere, Dong tells Lian that Zing is responsible for his head injury. Out of curiosity, Lai tries to set up a meeting with Zing through Yi, but he declines. With the help of Zing and Gao, Qin and Xiana manage to unlock Chen's box. Inside they find a picture and a certain illustration. After photographing the items, Qin and Xiana return the box. From a flashback, we learn that Chen knew Yunhee several years ago. In the present, Chen is beginning to suspect that Zing and Yunhee may have the same origins. That night, Gao goes off to confront Lian. She admits to knowing Chen's true identity and planning the whole thing. Lian's confession upsets Gao, and he says mean things to her. Elsewhere, Yi is worried about Zing's safety, so he goes to Lian's coffee shop to find out what she wants with Zing. After arguing back and forth, Yi warns Lian that if she hurts Zing, she will face the wrath of his powerful family. Gao returns home mentally drained and goes to Zing for comfort. The two later go on a romantic midnight date, sing a duet together, and reaffirm their love for one another. The following day, Yi goes to his family's company and asks the staff to look into Gao. From their findings, he learns that Gao is a jewel hunter. This discovery leads Yi to conclude that Gao is only interested in Zing's star stone. After being discharged, Chen goes to look at his box, and he suspects that someone has opened it. Immediately, he devises a plan to confirm his suspicion. When Qin and Xiana show Gao the picture from Chen's box, Gao recognizes the woman in the image as Yunhee, and he realizes that Zing's tribe might have something to do with the load. Gao rushes back home to meet Zing and ensure she is safe. He tells her to be extra careful and to only trust him. The conversation is interrupted when Zing gets invited to go hiking with Yi. While waiting for Zing to arrive, Yi is with his assistant Zuo. Zuo, who is still secretly in love with Yi, tries her best to get his attention, but he brushes her attempts aside. Gao accompanies Zing to meet Yi. Upon reaching the chosen location, Yi pulls Zing aside and warns her about Gao's profession and sinister intentions. In response to this, Zing tells Yi that she trusts and loves Gao unconditionally. In line with his plan, Chen tells the group that it is his birthday and invites them all to a karaoke venue. He brings along the picture from his safe and leaves it lying around for Gao to find. He concludes that if Gao hides the picture from Zing, that means he has recognized Yunhee and doesn't want Zing to spill his secret. Gao ends up hiding the picture. When everyone is leaving, Gao figures out that Chen is testing him. He tells Xiana that since Chen is no longer pretending, he will stop pretending too. Hours later, Chen finds Gao's jewel studio. Inside, he finds clues all over the place that make him realize Gao is the son of his old friend, who he betrayed. Feeling unsafe, Chen tries to run, but he doesn't make it out of the house. That night, Gao tries to interrogate Chen, but he is interrupted by Zing. The following day, Gao takes Chen to Qin and Xiana's apartment to conduct a proper interrogation. While being interrogated, Chen realizes how ruthless Gao truly is, so he opens up. Chen tells Gao and the others that he and Gao's father had created a fake gemstone to sell, and they had lied about finding a load. When Zing realizes that Chen is nowhere to be found, she grows suspicious, but she doesn't dig deeper because she gets distracted by an invitation to go out with Yi and Zuo. In private, Chen tells Gao that the fake gemstone was inspired by a real stone he had seen with his then-girlfriend Yunhee, whom he suspects comes from the same place as Zing. Chen believes that the load is in Zing's home. He tries to convince Gao to team up with him to find the load, but Gao turns him down. Gao heads out and asks the others to look after Chen, but the old man manages to escape. Immediately they learn of his escape. Xiana, Qin, Xiaodi, and his men head out in search of Chen. Zing's lunch date with Yi and Zuo is cut short because she receives a call from Chen, who claims he is in danger and needs her help. Zing calls Gao to inform him of the situation, but he doesn't answer because he is meeting with Lian and Dong. During the meeting, Gao tells Lian and Dong that the lode does not exist. He also gives them the design for the fake gemstone. Convinced that Gao is hiding something, Lian secretly instructs Dong to find Chen. Shortly after Zing arrives at the location Chen gave her, she is joined by Xiana and Qin, who are also pursuing Chen. After spotting the group, Chen boards a bus to make his escape. Xiana calls Gao to come pick up Zing while Xiaodi and Qin take off in pursuit of Chen. Elsewhere, with the help of Yi's mother, Zuo convinces Yi to let her move in with him for a week. When Gao eventually catches up to Zing, he tries to convince her that Chen is not a good man, and this leads to their first fight. Xiana tries to convince Gao to tell Zing the truth about Chen, but he disagrees, saying her innocence must be preserved at all costs. Gao reconciles with Zing that evening, and lets her continue to believe that Chen is her friend. Elsewhere, Chen teams up with Lian and Dong. He tells them that the lode is located in Zing's hometown, and that she is the key to finding it. The three devise a plan to take advantage of Zing's friendship with Chen and capture her. Now alone in the house, Gao and Zing enjoy each other's company. Gao asks Zing what 3 things she would like to do, and she asks for an all-girls shopping spree, a birthday celebration, and to see snow. In their apartment, Qin and Xiana watch artificial stars together, and they have a somewhat romantic moment. For the girls' shopping spree, Zing asks Xiana and Zuo to accompany her. The boys tag along and take the opportunity to advise Qin to confess his feelings to Xiana. The next day, Gao puts a lot of effort into celebrating Zing's birthday. Yi, Xiana, Zuo, and Qin are all in attendance. After dinner, Gao gives Zing roses and a recording he made of their favorite book. Outside, Gao makes a grand romantic gesture for Zing. Yi and Zuo watch the couple from a distance, and Zuo takes a bold step by asking Yi to kiss her, but he blows her off. The next day, Yi finds out that Zuo runs his biggest fan site, and accuses her of taking up the job as his assistant so she can profit off of him without his knowledge. Zuo tries to explain herself, but he fires her. Elsewhere, Gao learns that Lian and Dong are after Zing, so he pretends to cheat on her with Xiana. He does this so Zing would get heartbroken and return to her village, where she would be safe. True to the plan, Zing is utterly heartbroken, and she leaves Gao's house. From a flashback, we learn that Gao had asked Yi to find Zing when she leaves his house, and take her to the cliff. Yi sets out to find Zing, but he is stopped by Zuo, who is desperately attempting to explain her intentions to him. He finally leaves in a taxi, and even when Zuo gets injured, he chooses to go after Zing. As a result of the delay, he doesn't catch up to Zing. Chen finds her first and takes her to one of Dong's safe houses, all the while pretending to be her friend. When Gao learns that Zing is missing and might have fallen into the hands of Lian and Dong, he nearly loses his mind. Gao looks all over for Zing but doesn't find her. Upon returning home, Yi wants to apologize to Zuo, but she is nowhere to be found. Zuo meets with Yi's mother and tells her that she has finally decided to give up on her love for Yi. Before leaving, Zuo asks Mrs. Yi to give Yi a note that would reveal her true identity as Jiayu. Desperate to find Zing, Gao breaks into Dong's main safe house, but she is nowhere to be found. Gao gets caught, and he is beaten by Dong and his men. Refusing to be deterred, Gao goes to Lian and humbly begs her to release Zing. But even after humiliating him, Lian refuses. When he receives the envelope from his mother, he realizes that Zuo is Jiayu, his childhood sweetheart. At that moment, he starts to see her worth and realizes he also has feelings for her. He begs his mother to take him to Zuo, and after much persuasion, she agrees. After Gao's visit, Lian and Dong start to grow impatient, so they go to the safe house where Chen is keeping Zing. Lian tells Chen he has one day to retrieve all necessary information from Zing. Inside, Zing offers to take Chen to her village where they would both be safe from Gao. After Zing takes out the 4 security guards Lian stationed outside the house, she takes off with Chen. Immediately Dong and Lian learn of the escape. They send men out after the pair. On the way, Zing says she would not leave without speaking to Yi, so they stop at a salon and borrow a phone. At first, Yi doesn't answer the phone because he is in the middle of confessing his feelings to Zuo, but he eventually does. While speaking to Zing, he asks her to give him 10 minutes to come to her. Instead of going to Zing, he calls Gao and gives him the information. 10 minutes are up, and Gao, despite trying his best to reach the location, does not meet up. When he gets there, Chen and Zing are already on the move. While walking through the forest leading to Zing's village, Chen silently makes plans to come back for the load after learning the village's location. On getting to the village, Zing has Chen locked in a cage. She tells him that though their friendship is sincere, she brought him with her because she knows he has bad intentions toward Gao. Zing says that although Gao hurt her, she knows he did it to protect her, so she would do anything to protect him. On Earth, Gao, Xiana, and Qin are unable to figure out if Zing made it home safely, or if Lian and Dong captured her. Realizing that Gao is now their only hope, Lian and Dong decide to trick Gao by telling him that they have Zing and are holding her hostage. They tell him that they will only set her free if he gives them a map to Zing's hometown. Gao falls for the trick, and when he shows up at the abandoned warehouse, he is attacked and tied up by Dong's men. The following day, Gao realizes that Dong and Lian had turned to him because Zing escaped, and so they were desperate. Determined to protect the woman he loves and her people, Gao tells Dong and Lian that he will never tell them where the load is even if they kill him. Provoked, Lian nearly stabs Gao, but Dong holds her back. Elsewhere, Xiana and Qin have noticed that Gao is missing and are frantically searching for him. Just as they have managed to track Gao's phone to the abandoned warehouse, Xiana and Qin receive a video call from Lian, who shows them video evidence of Gao in his beaten-up state. Lian then tells the two that the only way they can save Gao is to bring Zing to her. After speaking with Lian, Xiana and Qin are overcome by panic and worry. Xiana wants to go to Gao immediately, but Qin stops her. This leads to an argument, and Xiana explodes. She says mean things to Qin and calls him a coward, but she apologizes immediately. Qin reflects on Xiana's words and decides to be brave. He gives Xiana sleeping pills and sets off with hand grenades to save Gao on his own. Qin's bravery pays off, and he manages to save Gao. But in the process, Dong gets a picture of the map to Zing's village. Although Gao escapes, Qin gets badly injured and is rushed to the hospital. While being rushed to the Qin finally confesses his feelings to Xiana. He also tells her where to find evidence about Lian and Dong to take to the police. Worried that Lian and Dong would wreak havoc on Zing's village and her people, Gao heads out to warn her. Coincidentally, Dong, Lian, and their men are also trying to make their way to the village by following the map. When they spot Gao, they decide to tail him. In the village, Zing longs for Gao, and Chen remains in the cage until he is spotted by Yun He, his longtime girlfriend. Yun He recognizes that Chen's greed landed him where he is, and attempts to kill him. But Zing stops her and releases him. After his release, Chen apologizes for his wrongdoings and warns Zing, Yun He, and the villagers of the impending danger. Ultimately, Yun He leads the villagers to a cave where they would be safe while Chen and Zing head out searching for Gao. Moments later, Gao meets Zing at the entrance to the village, and the two quickly reconcile. Chen apologizes to Gao, but Gao says not all mistakes can be forgiven. Dawn finds the village location by tailing Gao and goes back for Lian and the rest of their men. Shortly after, Lian, Dong, and all their men arrive at the village. They command Zing to take them to the load, but she refuses, and a fight ensues. As the battle rages on, Dong pulls out a gun and tells Zing and Gao that he will shoot them if they don't give up the position of the load. In the cave, Yun He hears the commotion, and so she returns to save Zing. When she sees Dawn pointing a gun at Zing and Gao, she fires her arrow at him, and he, in turn, fires the gun in the direction of Zing and Gao. Out of nowhere, Chen uses his body to shield the couple, and he dies from the bullet wound. Zing agrees to take Lian and Dong to the load, but she takes them around in circles. When the two realize that they are being tricked, another fight breaks out. This time, the police, accompanied by Xiana and Yi, intervene and take Lian and Dong into custody. Now fully aware of the existence of Zing's village and the load, the government seals off the mining area to protect the natives. When everything is over and peace has been restored, Zing, Gao, Yi, Yun He, Xiana, and Qin hold an emotional memorial for Chen. In the future, Xiana, Qin, and Gao leave the jewel hunting industry. Qin, who is now a professional gamer, and Xiana, who is aspiring to become an author, are now an official couple. Zing moves in with Gao full-time, completes her volunteer training, and joins a first aid team. He realizes he is madly in love with Zuo, so he asks the group to help him with a plan to get her back. Xiana, Qin, Gao, and Zing kidnap Zuo and take her to Yi. He makes a grand romantic gesture for Zuo that involves opening the cake store that they had fantasized about in their childhood. Finally, Zuo agrees to be with Yi. On a beach, Gao proposes to Zing, and she says yes. Shortly after, the lovebirds are joined by the two other couples, Qin and Xiana and Zuo and Yi. The series comes to an end with all three couples performing the car taming dance. Subscribe for more videos like this, turn on the notification, and leave a like to help the channel out. Thank you.